Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Random. It's your host, Smallwood Worldwide. We're back again with another video. And as you see Big Bill, you see the Goodman Brothers on the screen. You know what time it is. It's our Takeoff Sports Talk segment. Now, we're going to jump right in today. It's been a long time, so we got to give you another top five. As you know, we love top fives. The NBA Finals just finished. He who has not been named has won the finals, the Knicks, after 53, 54, 55, 100 years. But we're not here to talk about them today. We're about to talk about our all time top five, starting five, and a six man. And we're going to let somebody kick this off. We're going to start with you, T. Who is your all time top five, starting five, and your six man?
All
A lot of
right.
wordplay there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, gentlemen, I got the Magic Man at the point. I mean, if
Ooh,
you're going to have an all-time team, you got to have an all-time point guard, in my opinion. The Magic Man can run any kind of offense that there is. They're all exciting. They're all awesome. I got the GOAT himself, Mr. MJ, at shooting guard. I got
mm,
LeBron James at small
Yes.
forward, Tim Duncan at power forward, and I've got big the big Shaq Diesel at center. And coming off the bench, I got Steph. So they,
Oh,
to give a different kind of feel when he comes in the game, stretch the floor out a little bit. And I think that team would fare pretty well against anything that's ever been put together in the history of basketball.
that's hell yeah.
nice. That's tough. It's so tough. I got to jump in because guess what? I got the exact same all-time top five, starting
Oh, all
five.
right, all
I
right.
do. I do. This man knows ball. Shout out to T. Now,
He
where we
knows
differ,
ball.
my
Hashtag.
sixth man. Instead of Steph, I got Dennis Rodman as my sixth man. Listen, you need a glass eater. You need somebody that can play a little bit of defense, cause a little bit of chaos. Shout out to Rodman. He'd be my sixth man. In addition to that, starting five. With that, I'm gonna toss it over to you, Arch. Who you got?
All talent over here. Magic at point, MJ at two, James at three, Duncan at four, the greatest of all time, Wilt at five. Coming off the bench, I just went all talent. Kareem's backing up Wilt. I mean, who's getting in the paint? Nobody. My bad. Jeez. Oh, let's take out the all-time leading scorer for the other all-time leading scorer while we have the other all-time leading scorer on. What are we doing here? It's crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yo, Bill, who you got?
Um, so
Reggie
for,
Miller.
at point, hell no. Don't get me started,
You said
man.
Tom Gugliotta? What'd you say?
I'd rather have Google out than Reggie Miller, man, any day, man. But
You got Reg?
at point
What'd you just say?
guard
What?
at point guard, I got Isaiah Thomas, man. Isaiah Thomas, I watched him
I
run
like
through them dudes in the '80s, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to
Pause.
Zeke.
Isaiah, and he had the movie. He had the fire
Mhm.
movie in the '80s, man. The TV movie, man.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was dope.
See, that's what I'm saying. Look, man, that's what I'm
That was
saying.
dope.
Okay, okay.
Shooting guard, I got
Clyde, right?
shooting guard, small forward, and power forward, the same as everybody else. So far, I got MJ at two, LeBron at the small forward, Tim Duncan at the power forward. So I
Mm,
had Kareem at the center, right? Because I'm,
mm.
I'm a Kareem guy. That's what it is. So with the six man piece, I looked at this. I'm like, are we looking for the greatest six man ever, or just the person that we wanted as a six man? Because if we were looking at the greatest six man ever, I put Ginobili in there. But if we're looking at like the best sixth person ever, I put Kawhi in there, and I said that because I would shift everybody down. Like
Mm,
I have Kawhi at three,
mm.
move LeBron at four, and then have Tim at five, and then we just keep rolling like that. So that's how I looked at it for my top five or top six.
I think both answers work. I like Ginobili. Shout out to Ginobili.
Ginobili.
Greg, take us home. What you got?
All right, mine's a little bit different here because I went with all athleticism and defensive paralysis. So, in my point guard, I'm putting LeBron James.
On James.
Mm.
He's like Magic Johnson, but better. So, why not? Why not put him there?
Yeah.
He is a better version of Magic Johnson. Period.
You're
He's
trying to
more
start
athletic,
something. I'm
he
not taking the
scores
bait.
better, and he's a better defensive player. Magic is a better passer, but not by much.
Oh, he's not wrong.
Number two,
Ooh,
shooting
ooh.
guard, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
No, that's the fetus. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And my shooting guard, starting all time. This was a difficult one because I had a couple of choices to make, but I was like, you know what? Between LeBron James and the rest of the guys offensively, we need someone who can still do something offensively, but has got them clamps on defense, and that is Kawhi Leonard. I picked Kawhi because he's like Scottie Pippen, but he's got a better jumper. So it's basically the same thing. Number 4, come on now. Let's say it all together. Tim Duncan. All right.
Tom Chamber.
I was really considering Big Shot Bob, but I decided to go ahead and go with Tim Duncan and said I felt like that would be safe. And in the middle, Shaq Diesel.
Always.
And we're talking about a young Shaq who can still move his feet and play a little bit of defense. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. Shaq used to get like double-digit blocks, yo. Put some respect on that.
Let me explain what I mean by that. He could still play a little bit of defense as in move his feet to be able to guard guys outside of the paint because of the way that they play now. We're talking about young Shaq that was still agile. In the paint, no problem. Ain't nobody getting messing with Shaq in the paint. But young Shaq can move his feet. So I don't feel like anybody can really get past him like they would when he was a little bit older. Orlando Shaq, wasn't nobody seeing that guy defensively. And coming up off the bench, Steph Curry.
Like the Steph pick. Yeah. Second time I heard it. Yeah. And literally, I think the game in against France proved why. If you have Steph come in with fresh legs, he'd be the ultimate 6 man, yo. And we know he's a starter, but yeah.
I'll say this. Of all the people that I've seen play basketball, when they're hot, no one's scarier than Steph Curry. When Steph Curry is on, it is a shit. Maybe with the exception of Mike, maybe. But when they're on, ain't nothing more terrifying than seeing Steph cross the half-court line and knowing that you're going to have to play defense immediately.
But you know what's funny about that? And I'm going to throw it back to you to finish your point. I watched him play, right? And it was like watching a cheetah with sneakers on, yo. He's so fast.
Yeah.
Without the ball. It was just
hard to keep up with.
And I think 5 miles a game.
Guarding Steph, you're going to have to run through like 30 screens.
And what's crazy, he stops on a dime when he gets the ball. It's just like, pop, done. It's so quick. Yeah. It's so quick.
It almost looks like he doesn't even like set his feet. He just grab and turns and just somehow shoulders lined up, elbow in the right place. All draws. He's a beast. But yeah, that's my starting 5.
Nice. Listen, shout out to everybody's top 5 all-time starting 5. Guess what? What's the starting 5? Without a good coach, right? Now, we've never done this on our show. So we're going to slow it down a bit for you slow learners out there. A great coach, great strategy, great leader. Who is your top 5 head coaches of all time? With this one, Bill, we're going to kick it off with you.
Oh, I thought this was NBA. My bad.
It's just NBA, right?
Yeah, we're just doing NBA.
Just doing NBA. Oh, okay.
I did NBA.
Yeah, NBA. My bad, it's the NBA, because we could have. Yeah. That's on me.
All right. So let me start. I'm gonna start off with an honorable mention, man. We'll start off with my man Chuck Daly. Legendary run, man. Put together a legendary run. Took out the Celtics, took out the Lakers, took out the Bulls during his run. Got 2 rings, and he was the first coach. Coach of that first dream team. Shout out to him for that. Start with number 5, man. I got my man. Unfortunately, only brother on the list, man. My man K.C. Jones. He got 2 rings. He got 2 rings with the Celtics, man. 84, 86. Coach for a while. Shout out to him, man. He was able to, corral that talent. Steal a couple during, the golden age of the NBA. You said we doing all 5 or just 5 through 3?
Oh yeah. Do your whole 5.
All right, cool. All right. Number 4, I got Pat Riley, man. Don't have to do a whole lot of explaining with that. His run with the Lakers and the Heat. He didn't win with the Knicks, you know what I mean? But he was there, you know what I mean? But his name is synonymous with excellent coaching. He put together, quite a resume. I know we just talked about coaching, but also as an executive. So shout out for that. Number 3, I got Red Auerbach, man. You know, man, he put together that team of Boilermakers and plumbers. And they put together epic runs in the NBA finals, man. They ran them they ran them handymen and plumbers off ran them other plumbers off the court, man. But you know, when we think about the great coaching, man, I know he's at my number three, but you know, a lot of people have him at as number one. It's hard to really argue. This is a personal preference. If someone would have him at number one, I don't have an argument for that. Number two, man, my man Greg Popovich, man. He got 5 rings, 6 finals. He should have had six if dudes would have boxed out. You know what I mean? We would have had 6 of them for the thing. You know what I
Gosh.
mean? Hurt my spirit watching that. You know what I mean? Yeah, hurt my spirit. But yeah, he's just a legendary coach. It's hard to argue against him. He just, you know, it's just there, man. Put them teams together, 3 separate runs of Spurs teams making it to the finals. He probably would have had 4 if he didn't, you know, get sick. Man, I know he's on the mend, but
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to the team. He's still affiliated with him. Trying to give hints. I wish he he probably wish he had a little mic, you know, with a headset for Buddy during his past finals, man. He probably would have tried to assist him through that.
Make
Yeah.
adjustments. This is your
Yeah.
conscience.
Yeah. Do your job. Yeah. Oh God. All right. Then that leads me to my number one, man. Mr. Triangle Offense himself, Phil Jackson. 11 of them joints, man. 11 of them. It's hard to
Nice.
argue against that. Shout out to him.
Cool. I'm gonna jump in, then I'm gonna throw it to T. So, my number 5, Larry Brown. I always thought Larry Brown was like a hard-nosed great coach. Take the best, the worst, no matter who it is, and next thing you know, give them a season or two, they're winning. Um, he knows how to put together a team and get the best out of them. I can't remember. Did he ever get a championship, Larry Brown?
Yeah.
He got
Yeah,
one,
but
right?
Pistons.
Yeah, but Detroit, the Pistons. Yeah, so he
Got
did get.
one.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely goaded for sure. My number 4 is Greg Popovich for everything that Bill said and legendary coach. And I think that he was kind of comical, yo, on the sideline. So mixing in like the mastery of the X's and O's and also getting your players to lighten up in some of the toughest moments of their career. I love that. Nothing else to say there. My number 3 is going to be a surprise. This is my wild card. Bill Russell, player coach.
Get it.
I did not win I did not realize that he, as a player coach, I think won multiple championships. And I was like, how crazy is that you're coaching, you're playing. I don't know how that works,
I
but
did it
it
every
worked out.
year.
he somehow did it. And just again, in the era that he did it in, you can't get better than that. So shout out to Bill Russell, my wild card at number 3, but definitely earned number 2, Phil Jackson. Um, Phil Jackson, while he has 11 championships, I've always thought that Phil has done a masterful job with teams that were already put together. I would have loved to seen him take teams who were not put together, and win a championship and not reject the job. But I digress. Phil is still a legendary coach. My number 1 is biased, and I just love his style, love everything about him. He got the magic man, his chip. I'm talking about Pat Riley. Pat Riley embodies everything that you kind of want in a coach from certain levels there. I love that he went to the Heat, created Heat culture there. I think he got championships with the Heat, the Lakers. He did not get one with the Knicks. So no, he doesn't have 3 teams there. But listen, you might think that he did the way that he had them playing. So there we are. Those are my top 5. T, throw it to you.
A nice list, man. I actually got Pat Riley as my number 5. 5 championships. I mean, part of the reason why he's in my top 5, he's a great culture builder, and he's got the ability to completely like change a franchise. Even though he didn't win a championship with the Knicks, they weren't what they were before he got there. I mean, he completely turned that thing around, and I have a lot of respect for that. And he's a I wouldn't say he's a hard-nosed, Yeah, I guess he's kind of a hard-nosed coach, but in a good way.
Yeah, Pat Cole, man.
Yeah, true. Number 4, I got Popovich. He's got 5 chips as well. I think I don't even know if this is still true, but at one point I remember reading a stat saying that he had like the most wins in NBA history. I don't know if that's still true or not, but
I don't know.
you know, he's universally respected by all his players, and he's really great at player development, which is, you know, the mark of a really great coach. Number 3, I've got Red Auerbach, 9 championships. You know, I think he built the first like actual dynasty in basketball, and you know, his teams kind of revolutionized the game with fast break stuff, and you know, it was a time where, I'll just say it this way, he played players based on their merit, right? Their ability to play. He didn't. He let them play if they were good enough to be on the court, which was not a usual thing back then. Number 2, I got Phil Jackson. You know, 11 rings out of 13 appearances. He managed some of the greatest superstars the game's ever seen. And he's like the only coach that I've ever heard of that has been successful with this triangle offense thing. I've never heard of any other coach that's able to get anything out of that. And he got 11 championships out of it. You know, so
It has to work some point, right? 11 titles is like you.
Yeah. And I mean, Bill Russell was your wild card number 3. I actually have him as number 1 on mine as far as greatness goes,
I love it.
of the player coach angle. I mean, it's like the most historically significant coach that there is, right? He's the first black head coach in professional sports. I think his championship percentage like 100%, right? Like every year that he coached, he won the championship.
Yeah.
And you know, he had to be the coach and be the star center. I mean, imagine having to be the coach, and I mean, imagine how much his teammates must have respected him, even at a time where, you know, people who look like him weren't respected that much, right?
Imagine him drawing up a play and be like, "Yo, and get it to the big fella. Let's get it to the big fella."
So, I mean, I think that it's an amazing accomplishment. It's something that will the chances of it happening again are almost 0. So I put him as my number 1.
Nice. Greg.
Okay, Jim. At number 5, I've got Larry Brown. I've never seen someone do so much with so little. This dude is he's inspired, man. What he did with the 76ers was amazing. To get a guy like Allen Iverson to trust him, and then they make it all the way to the chip and go up against a team that was virtually unbeatable at the time. And then to go back again with the Detroit Pistons, who were way on paper outgunned by the Lakers, for him to pull that off, I don't know where that ranks in difficulties for chips, but it's got to be top 5, and it ain't 5 for sure. So Larry Brown. Number 4, Jigsaw, A.K.A. Greg Popovich. Pop has built one of the best cultures I've ever seen for any organization in that amount of time. The way that he was able to treat his superstar like everybody else, so the whole team was respected. His coaching style, amazing. It's a beautiful trick, and you got to have the right kind of superstar to make that happen. So shout out to Tim Duncan for allowing that to go like that. But an amazing coach. He made a lot of people who probably wouldn't have been great or Hall of Fame level players into Hall of Fame players. I'm talking about guys like Tony Parker. Put him on another team, I don't think he makes it. I don't think he makes it. He's really good. I don't think he's Hall of Fame good.
I don't know, Jack.
Nah, Pepe Le Pew is nasty, yo. He's good.
I'm not saying he's not.
He's good.
I'm saying you put him on another team, he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying. They're not going to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just not going to happen. Let's just be honest here. Let's be real. Put him on. I saw him on Charlotte. Didn't look that great to me.
I mean, that's the
Moving
twilight of his career. Come on. You're trolling, yo.
Moving on. Number 3, Pat Riley. Pat Riley, Oregon had one of the greatest teams ever, and I don't think that team is allowed to be that team without a leader like Pat Riley. I think the guy before him was trying to keep Magic Johnson from doing what he did, and Pat Riley told him to go ahead, scoot aside. They got him up out of there, and he let Magic Johnson run his style of basketball, and he held everybody accountable. So it was and he did that with every team. Every team that Pat Riley had, guaranteed no punks allowed. They were pretty boys playing, but you don't want that smoke. Their team was about that life, and that was all because of Pat Riley. Number 2, Red Auerbach. Look, when you can take the Muffin Man and the guy that works at AutoZone, put him on a court and run that back 11 times or 9 times straight. You're a hell of a coach. I don't care who you're playing up against. You're a hell of a coach. So I mean, just the win percentage alone, he's a beast. And he did all
That's
this
insane.
While his team was smoking cigarettes and drinking beer at halftime. He's I mean, what a legend.
Hey, it helped them not to cramp. Come on.
It did.
Secret sauce.
He was like, "You're tired? Suck on this cigar. Get back out there, champ." And of course, number 1, I mean, Phil Jackson. I mean, and to be honest, Phil developed a great system around some great players. And the reason why I say Phil Jackson is the greatest coach ever, and I know a lot of people will use the excuse, well, look at the teams he had and all this other stuff. None of those guys were winning before Phil. As great as Mike was, no Phil, no rings. I'm not saying Mike wouldn't eventually got one, but it wouldn't have been like this. Kobe and Shaq, they couldn't get past, like, who was it?
Utah.
They couldn't get past the Suns and the Supersonics until Phil Jackson showed up and talked in the triangle, and then had a style that was conducive. He knew how to play chess with his players. He knew what pieces belonged where. He made average dudes feel important while doing their job. Like Luke Longley shouldn't have a ring, but he's got one, and that's because of Phil. Shout out to Luke Longley.
You can't. I don't know if you can shout him out afterwards.
I will shout him out. And I'm done.
Take us home on this topic, yo.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I omitted a lot of people. Just flat out forgot them. So, I mean, in reality, Pat Riley is the top 5, but he's not going to be on my list because I reserved number 5 for Hubie Brown because you love the Spurs. I mean, Hubie Brown is a basketball encyclopedia. I'll tell you how good of a coach Hubie Brown was. When the Memphis Grizzlies were absolutely terrible, he came in there, and within like a year and a half, them dudes was in the playoffs. Yeah, them dudes. And this was when this is after he had retired like a 4th time, and he just
like a 6 seed too.
Yeah.
They wasn't an 8.
Yeah, he had them tough.
When you talk about
this is back in the big country days, right?
No. This
is like
they had like Jason Williams. He had like Jason Williams on
there,
which is the most notable guy.
Yeah, you're right. That was.
Although
was Sharif on that team?
Loved, but
Was Sharif on that team?
Sharif Abdul.
I think he was.
Yeah.
But I mean, as loved as Jason Williams is, he's not necessarily a person where you're like, oh, well, this dude's gonna lead us to whatever. But he tamed that horse, so to speak, made him like a real point, like a true point guard, as opposed to just like a dude who's just like doing what he could when he was allowed to. Shout out to Rick Adelman as well, who's also a fantastic coach.
Oh shit, Adelman. Yeah.
Rick Adelman was fantastic. Number 4, Red Auerbach is who I have down for obvious reasons. But the biggest thing that he did that was so remarkable was he was just like, I'm gonna play black dudes. Like a lot.
Yeah.
That's it. So number 3 is Phil Jackson.
Number 3? I'm sorry.
Well, the reason why I have him at 3 is for the reason that you had him at 1, and that's because he's he just walks into stacked teams. I mean, I don't really know how else to say it. He's stacked teams. Sure,
I'll give him a pat. I don't think he walked in on a stacked team. He walked in on a solid team with Chicago.
I mean,
he
those
walked in on
teams
a
were
stacked
winning
team
50 games. Like, I mean, they were
yeah,
winning.
They were really good though.
with Jordan.
Yeah. They were winning 50 games. Like, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you can say that they wouldn't have got over the top without Phil and all that, and that might be true. And Michael Jordan, I'm sure, would even say, you know, Phil Jackson helped a lot. But you know, he didn't develop the triangle. Tex Winters did. That's neither here nor
Very
there.
true.
This is true.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. But he did manage egos, and
Yeah.
managing egos, after all, in the NBA is like 80% of the job. So he deserves credit for that. But I mean, I did I see him do what Hubie Brown did? No. I mean, but he also had the luxury to not have to do that. So it's whatever. Number 2 is Popovich. I actually started off maybe his first 10 years coaching. I couldn't stand Popovich. And the reason why was because Brian Hill was the coach prior to, and he was, I believe, the general manager, and he fired Brian Hill because David Robinson got hurt and the team completely tanked. And they knew they were tanking, but he blamed Brian Hill. And then he was like, we got Tim Duncan. He was like, you know what? I'll be the coach. I'll be the coach. And I was like, this son of a bitch, he's just taking
Awesome
credit for,
decision.
he's taking credit. But
Team-centered decision, man. Team-centered decision.
But as time went on, he proved himself to be a fantastic coach.
Oh yeah.
He developed players really well. He found talent kind of in the rough in a bunch of different places. He did some things that were kind of that have kind of had fans give a backlash for the NBA. Like, it was really cool and novel in 2006 when Tim with Duncan wouldn't play back to backs, but you know, when everybody starts doing that, it kind of backfires on the league. But he was ahead of his time in a lot of ways. Some ways that seemed detrimental to the league, in other ways, you know, whatever. But I mean, everybody likes and respects Greg Popovich. And I'm not going to hold the way he started off as his first coach against them, although I did for a long, long time. But he was able to develop talent there very well. And I think that your guys are kind of sensing a trend as far as the way that I look at coaches. So my number 1 of all time is Larry Brown. And Larry Brown is my number 1 of all time because Larry Brown can get blood out of a turnip. Just period. I think he had the Clippers go to the playoffs one year randomly when they were terrible, like when Danny Manning was there. Like he's won in college and in the NBA, which is
That's true.
unheard of, really.
Impressive.
One of the more unheard of things that can be done. You know, Larry Brown, a lot of people remember that Pistons team. A lot of people remember that 76ers team, but he did a masterful job, not only with the roster that he was given at the 76ers, but you know, corralling someone like Allen Iverson in terms of getting him to just focus on his job. You know what I'm saying? Like, just he didn't expect him to do everything, but he got him to focus on the parts that he needed him to. So, I mean, Larry Brown, everywhere he went, he was a winner, except for New York, which is a theme with most of the coaches. But I mean, what can you do? Wolves and 9. That's it.
I love it. Everybody's list is masterful. Good shit. But like all good things, must come to an end. We're going to pivot to our last topic here. So when we think about the NBA, somebody else is at the end of their career, whether he comes back and plays or not for a 24th season. Try not to talk about him too often. I'm talking about the LeBron James, right? So is LeBron James, for everything he's done for the game, and I'm not talking about starting out his career when they were pixelated in the video game world to now what he look real life like. Like, he's carried the game as a statesman, as we've talked about, obviously on the court, off the court. He's elevated teams, I think 3 championships with 3 different you know, franchises. That's like that's insane. Closest person behind him I might be Kawhi, who's done it with Toronto and also the Spurs. Finals MVP on all of those teams as well. Do we think there's anybody who would be able to come along, carry the game forward once LeBron retires, where the NBA is still the NBA, and be both the superstar player, true superstar, not like he can just dribble a lot, but actual superstar player, and be a statesman for the game? Yeah, shots fired. Pew, 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 pew. Nah, man, they be like, yo, this dude over here is a superstar. And I'm like, what? Like, no. No level. Let's start with you, Greg. What you got?
I don't know who it is or who it's gonna be, but there's always somebody. There's always somebody right around the corner, ready to take over the league. When Jordan left the first time, there was a little bit of a lull, and they were all waiting. And then all of a sudden, a couple of guys were kind of filling in that gap. And then in 2003, there was one guy who was emerging to be that guy, and that was Kobe Bryant. And then there was another guy who fully took it over named LeBron James, who ran the league. And it's just one of those things. That's why they have there's always a generational player in every era that takes the game over the top. Now, I think the real question is Wembanyama going to be that guy? I think that's the question that the world needs to ask. But it will be somebody, because the world's too big and there's too much talent, and they play everywhere now. Eventually, there will be someone that comes along that carries that torch that will eventually end up in the GOAT conversation again. It's gonna happen. It's just inevitable. It's with time. I know when like Carl Lewis was the man for a long time in track. They were like, no one's gonna get this. And then all of a sudden, when Carl was at the end of his rope, Michael Johnson. And then when Michael Johnson's at the end of his rope, Usain Bolt. So there's always somebody when you think it can't get better, when you think the game's done, when you think the talent is tapped out, there's always somebody who emerges, who's gifted, and who has the poise and personality to carry the league. And like I said, I'm not sure who that guy is, but there's going to be somebody.
Yeah.
He's probably in 7th grade right now. There's going to be somebody who's going to take the league over and take it by storm and be a bigger, and he's going to end up signing the first $1 billion contract. It's going to be somebody who comes along that's going to make us all look back in the history books, and kids will claim that he's the greatest thing ever, and then we'll be like in our mid 60s, early 70s talking about he ain't no Mike, and then there'll be guys talking about he ain't no Braun. So it's inevitable. It will happen.
Nice. T, what you got?
I agree with Greg that somebody will step up. I mean, the traits that it takes to be on top, the discipline, the hard work, I guess the courage, the sacrifice. There's always going to be somebody that is going to get to that point. And they're going to rise past everybody else. There's always going to be someone. Whether they'll do as great of a job as LeBron did, because I mean the man is impeccable. You said 23, 24?
This would be the 24th season that he played, yeah.
24th season, never had a blemish as far as, his reputation, no, not even any like baby mama drama, nothing like that. I mean, the guy has been absolutely stellar.
Greatest ambassador the game's ever seen, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, at that level, that would be very, very difficult to achieve. I mean, extremely difficult, especially now he's also got all these records, right? Scoring champion, a bunch of other things. But I think inevitably someone will occupy the position because somebody has to, right? That's the way that this machine is built. I think whether or not they do as good a job as LeBron, that remains to be seen, but somebody will have to fulfill the role. And, I mean, if it's vacant, somebody's got to take it.
That's my thought. I'm going to let Bill go, and I'm going to jump in and let Och take us home. Go ahead, Bill.
So when we talk about
Is
like
it Jalen Brunson? Is it Jalen Brunson? Just tell us. I'm kidding.
Nah, that's too hot of a topic right now, man. We on my bumper.
Be
Man.
honest,
No, sir.
You're one dreadlock wig away from being the stunt double. One dreadlock wig away.
Oh man.
Maybe Billy Brunson. Right there.
Man, shout out to them, man. I do not think if we talk about another statesman and superstar for the league, absolutely. I think it's gonna look different though. I think all of LeBron's predecessors as the face of the league have had a different feel to them. We had Bird and Magic. Just starting from the '80s on, we had Bird and Magic. We had Mike. Mike had a good run, and again, there was that lull after Mike, just like y'all mentioned before we got to LeBron. And I think it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. I don't know what that'll look like moving forward. As y'all mentioned with LeBron, he's been drama free for the most part. Outside of some things that have popped up that aren't really issues for the general public, but folks kind of point them out and say, ah, that's kind of crazy, LeBron. But
LeBron's troubles were silly. I want to be traded. That's silly.
yeah, and and having the shoe that looked like the Lorraine Hotel from where MLK got shot. But but
My God.
that's not for the general public. You know what I'm saying? So for me, right?
I knew you were saying.
That's more of a Nike problem than a LeBron problem.
I'm with you. I got it. I'm with you.
That's LeBron was in there with a sketchbook. We can't give him that.
Look, why is that on the shoe, bro? What, but somebody has to say, why is this on the shoe, man? Look, I digress. Look, LeBron, man, I think when we talk about the face of the league, man, I think about the people they've tried to make a face of the league.
Yeah.
We had Yao Ming, he had that run because they were trying to appeal to
global
fans in China.
Yeah.
Right? And then his game didn't really merit that amount of appeal.
He was good, but you're right.
He was a good player. You know what I mean? But he wasn't superstar level. He had superstar level attention, but
that.
respectfully,
Yeah.
I don't think his play on the court merited or mirrored superstar level performance. And I don't mean any disrespect by that, because he was a really good player.
Oh yeah.
I think even with like Wembanyama, I think he's turned off a lot of people in the way he's played in this playoffs where he hit my man in the face, Wolves in 14. You know what I mean? He laid my man down. He set him down and
Had no business hitting Nas like that.
hey man, look, you gotta duck. You gotta duck next time.
What?
So I think when we look at that, man, we gotta factor in just the overall excellence that LeBron has shown as the face of the league. I don't know if we're going to see that. I honestly don't think we're going to see a player as good as LeBron for a while. I think it's going to be another lull, just like we saw after MJ retired. I think it's going to be a good little minute because I don't see it right now. I don't see it. If we talking about SGA, no. You know what I mean? I don't think Wemby's there.
Boring.
You know what I mean?
No.
I don't think these guys have it, man. So
I think Wembanyama may be the closest thing to it. I think he's got the personality. He's interesting enough, and he plays really aggressive and hard. He's bringing back that we're not going bullshit out here era. He's taking it back to the 80s. He's mushing cats out here for no reason.
No, it wasn't for no reason. Go to the slow replay. Brunson had a handful of his chest pinching him and tickling him and shit. So it was like, it was warranted. Because at first I was like, damn, Wemby.
The way you said tickling him. Like,
Yeah, I saw his hand up and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
First
He
off,
had a little Rodman going, yo.
to accuse Brunson of serial fondling is outrageous.
He said, "Get your damned hands off me."
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get. I don't think he's gonna be the face of the league, man. I don't see it.
I don't know. He's only 22 years old, and this is his first
True.
run.
Hey,
Like
man,
I said, I think you're right. I think it's going to look different because I think his bread and butter is going to be defense.
I think
That's where it's going. But he is kind of gangly and tall. I mean, most of the time, big dudes ain't really the face of the league like that.
Yeah. I think he's an asshole. That's why he's not gonna get there.
I think that's going to help him.
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see. Yeah.
The only person who hasn't been the face of the league that wasn't an asshole is LeBron.
So that's what I'm saying, right? So it would be a shift. You said Magic, yeah, Magic wasn't an asshole. Larry
Yeah,
Bird
he
was
was.
an
Yeah,
asshole. He was a
Larry Bird was
cockamamie
an
asshole,
asshole.
pause.
but he was
But
like
so,
co-faced with Larry. I'm talking about straight up. This is the guy.
yeah,
Jordan, complete dick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, asshole.
Kobe, what a jerk.
Yeah,
LeBron, he's so nice. Yeah.
yeah,
In
And they dinged him
comparison.
for
Yeah.
it.
And they dinged him for it.
yeah.
So it's possible for him to be the face of the league, you know. The only thing that can really stop him is the fact that he's not from around these parts.
Yeah.
Like if Wemby grew up in Brooklyn, then he'd definitely be the face right now. But since he grew up in the south side of Paris or wherever, he's
South side of Paris.
Yo, that's classic. Yo, that's
a little different.
Yo, thanks, Bill. I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna let Aj take us home and close the show, yo. So I don't know. Everybody made excellent points. The way I always thought about it is as LeBron's career is progressing to a close, not just because he's in a Lakers jersey, but no, I think of it like this. Jordan, love of the game. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, love of the game. Meaning these guys love playing basketball, right? They love the competitive aspect of it. They love the pageantry that comes along with it, and they love pushing the game forward. Kobe Bryant, for all the things he was taking from Michael, he still had a strong love of the game, the dedication, and it's not just early practices and training. It was like really trying to win. KG, I know he's not mentioned in the GOAT conversation, but he had a GOAT level attitude to me. He was a player that
Yeah.
I didn't know, and maybe because there was no social media back then, by the time I heard of him, he had just went from South Carolina to Chicago or vice versa, whichever it was. And
He's
I was like,
Chicago.
oh, this,
Chicago then.
yeah. I was like, this dude is nasty, yo. But like, he had all the intangibles that you wanted to see him play, and he could play, which is another thing. And he loved to play. When you fast forward, by the time LeBron came in, I felt like he was the last of the Shoguns where they actually liked and loved basketball, the game itself, not just what basketball could do for you and all those other things. Like he actually enjoys the process. And so you see it now where I think for me it's heartbreaking looking for like, who's the next superstar? Because at 41 years old, LeBron shouldn't be first back on defense, up and down the court. He's out running guys. And I'm like, yo, Luca, what are you doing? You're like a quarter of the age here. Like I don't respect it, you know. Reeves, same thing. Kyrie. Kyrie has all the basketball talent in the world, but it's a mentality that you have to be a winner, to be able to be the stakes person, and not winner like you're gonna win games. Anybody can do that with the right team, right? But it's just like being able to know what it takes to lead. And I don't know if anybody wants it. I thought Ant-Man was going to be it, but he doesn't want to do it, right? And he said it out of his mouth. And I'm like, you got to respect it. There was a point I thought Ja and what was the kid from Duke in New Orleans? Him. They were
Zion.
going to do it, right?
Zion.
Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion Williamson. I thought for sure when I watched him play at Duke, and I can't stand Duke. I was like, but this kid's going to have next, right? Nope.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
heavy as the
and abandon them kids too, yo.
Oh
He
yeah.
gave up rights to them kids. Yeah, you done
Yeah.
nothing after that, bro. You finished.
Yeah.
Pay for him.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. I got that. But it's just like when I think when I think of leaving the game in a better place than you found it, I truly think to Greg's point, it will be somebody. It could look different, like him and Tia said. I just don't know when we'll see it, if we'll see it, because a lot of the better players now, they're not homegrown. And that's for another day and the type of discussion on how basketball players are being trained and, coming up here. Then the players who come over like Wimbiana or Jokic, I don't know that they love the game like that.
That's
They
crazy
might.
to say about Wembyana.
I
You
don't
can say
know.
that about Wembyana loves that game. He
We're
wants
gonna
to
find
win.
out. We're gonna find out this. No, he wants to beat Chet. I'm
No, no,
talking
no.
about that. We.
I'm telling you right now. And he did beat Chet. He made it
I
personal.
mean, yeah,
And that's the
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff and I mean, you come in next year, I think it'll be the same thing. I think he's got the passion like those
yeah.
guys. He's got that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan in him. He's got that I want to crush you in him.
Yeah.
Now he's missing the other part of it, and he
He's
needs
missing all.
he needs Ant-Man's personality to go with it. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Arch, what you got? Take us home. It's a good point.
Well, you stepped on my joke about John Morant being the face of the league. I really wanted to get that one off.
John Morant has the face of Jar Jar Binks. So
That's
you can keep going.
I think that's the show, folks. I think that's it. I think
Wow.
that's it.
Wow.
Okay. So listen. I uh it's hard to say. I think that LeBron actually is. I think that him and people of his generation like Steph and KD, that I really like the way that they are going about leaving the game. And I mean that by like every other generation of stars, there was a mixture of reasons of why they left. Michael Jordan, for better or for worse, left on his own terms, but he left kind of like a boxer leaves, where it's like he came back one too many times. Um, but the way that LeBron and KD and Steph are leaving, it's like they're the old heads in the club, but it's like you have to escort them. They're not gonna leave. They have to be pushed out, and it forces people to become faces. You know what I mean? Like that. I always say, I tell people outside of probably the World Cup, which is going on right now, my favorite sporting event of any sporting event, and maybe a huge boxing match, is the first round of the NBA playoffs. And that's because I always tell people like that's when rivalries start, because that's when people play for real, and that's when teams get serious. And if you see certain teams play certain ways, you know that they're going to see each other again later on. Hence Minnesota, Denver. But I think that the way that they are going about going out, like LeBron James can be a third team guy right now, and you can see all these other people in the forefront of it. Even though when playoff time comes around, he's still better than they are in a lot of ways, in a lot of places. He's still better than a lot of these dudes, which is uh, which is insane to say that it's to be expected. I mean, no one's been expected of more than LeBron James. Nobody. But the way that they're going about it is they're making these kids have to take it from them, and that's making these people become these dogs and these guys who have to be ruthless when it comes to, because I mean, these are all these guys' heroes. They all grew up watching KD. If you notice people at the free throw line, everyone does KD shimmy at the free throw line, who's a newer generation kid, specifically a taller one. They all do the little Wimby
Yep.
does. Wimby does the shimmy. Chet does it. All those younger guys do it. Because I think that they saw him make all his free throws, and they're like, "Oh, I guess that's how you make free throws." So you got to do the shimmy like Kevin Durant, right? That's the thing that they do. But you have a bunch of kids who are seeing people who are hyper competitive have to be carried off on their shield. And I think that because of the pressure cooker that they've created and the way that they're going out, and they're going out slowly, it's a slow decline downhill. Like Steph Curry can still get you for 50. He'll still get you for 50. KD will still get
If
you for 40. LeBron James needs to be tested, because I mean, like, I don't know how you can explain anything like that. That's up above. That's beyond our understanding. What he When a real disclosure day is that dude's files, because I mean, like, I don't know what he's got going
you're gonna see a
on.
sticker with Barry Bonds' head on it. That's what you're gonna see.
Oh, whoa. Whoa. No, it's just $1 million spent on health
Yo,
and
let
wellness.
the
That's all
joke
it is.
sit. I'm like,
Hell no. Hell no. Not that one. Not that one.
yeah, I
Not
agree with
that
you. I agree with you, Bill. But I think that the way that they're going out is, like I said, is forcing these kids to have to take stuff from them. Like, you know, I don't like the reason why people don't. I think a lot of people don't like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They say it's because he's flopping and he's this and that, which is part of it, right? But I think it's more so the nonchalantness at which he goes about killing people. He goes about killing people like it's a stroll in the park, and he makes the game look too easy. For all the things you say about Wembanyama makes the game look how it's supposed to. It doesn't look easy. He does a lot of stuff easily, but he doesn't look easy. You know what I mean? Because he's not fully. He's still like got Bambi legs in certain places. Still needs to create a base for himself, in terms of in the paint. But it's like,
Soft.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he's soft. I wouldn't say that, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say he's soft. You're saying that because he's French. Look, point is that
Yo,
It's
yo,
true.
come
That's
on.
true.
it's true. It's true.
That's true.
But at the same time, what you saw from like a team like Oklahoma City Thunder when the Lakers came there, they had to beat LeBron James. You have to beat him and get him out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the help of
When
the
people go
officials and
when
some
they yeah
push-offs and yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
well,
Let's
I mean,
keep it.
however,
Yeah.
when Ant when Ant and Minnesota Timberwolves last year had to go to LA, you know what I mean? He had to stomp on Bron's neck. Yeah, you know what I mean, in order to get him out of the paint. You have to, you know, punch Nikola Jokic in the throat in order to get through this thing. You know what I'm saying? And although the team was pretty much beat down after that, and they were also designed to beat the Nuggets, who they
Hmm.
thought were going to be killing the West forever. You know, that's creating some monsters. I think we're going to have a multi-headed one. Is there going to be one that always emerges up at some point? Sure, there will be, but I'm kind of enjoying the idea of there being multiple places to go, just like there's been a new champion every year. It makes it not more exciting, but it makes it interesting from the standpoint of, man, who's gonna have a crazy run next? Who's gonna be the next person who emerges as one of the killers that we see? And the Olympics is gonna be insane. So that's what I think.
And you know what I think? If you're not subscribed to Takeoff Sports Talk, mash that button now. Shout out to the Goodman Brothers, Aj, T, Greg, Big Bill. I'm Smallwood Worldwide. We'll see you again sooner than you think. Peace.